Like humans, animals do have similar diseases and ailments. Well, today, great friend of the show, Dr. Daniel Spencer-David is here to talk about feline hyperthyroidism. Great to see you again, Doc. It's a pleasure.
You too.
Right. Hyperthyroidism, I mean, I know I hear that a lot in humans, but it's similar to felines as well?
It actually is. It's as a result of, the thyroid hormone, so everything is accelerated in cats, and it's actually probably one of the most common hormonal diseases in cats.
Well, Doc, what are some of the signs?
Well, very frequently, the classic signs that you'll see is sometimes they'll lose weight, but they're eating the normal appetite, or they're eating even more, and they're just losing weight slowly. And also, their hair coat looks very sloppy. They're not grooming themselves, so they call it an unkempt hair coat. It's even sticking together. And then also, sometimes they have increased urinating, increased drinking. So those are kind of the classic signs that we see.
Is there a particular age that we see this in felines? Is it more common in kittens, older cats?
Very often they're older than 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the more common set that we see.
Now, is this preventable?
Not preventable, however, only because we don't know which cats will develop it or not. But the good thing is that it can be treated, and actually after it's diagnosed. So you want to make sure if you see any of those symptoms that you rush to the veterinarian. And also because it's winter time and we're indoors more or less, we get to observe our cats a little bit more and see these symptoms.
You just said a key word, rush there. Do not delay. If you see any of these signs, get to the vet as soon as possible.
Definitely, because if it continues, it can lead to other complications with the kidneys, and then it's much more complicated to treat.
Do we know the cause?
Well, a lot of times it could just be a genetic profile, because there's nothing really that we can do to prevent it per se. However, once we develop some type of a diagnosis, then we can go ahead and treat it. Very commonly, it's treated so easily with radioactive iodine. A specialized veterinarian has to do that. I believe there's only maybe 1 or 2 in the country. So you want to make sure that you get it diagnosed first.
What are some of the treatments?
Well, the number one treatment is the radioactive iodine. However, more commonly, in a lot of practices, they give them oral medication that they're on for the rest of their lives. And then they also have some other treatments, feeding a diet that's low in iodine, for instance. And then probably the most undesirable one is to remove the thyroid. And, of course, that's a painful surgery.
So catch it, early.
Early
is the key.
Yes.
Now, as you said, because it's wintertime, we'll have more of an opportunity to be up close and personal with our pets.
Right.
So we shouldn't mistake maybe a cat being inside, lethargic, losing weight with lack of exercise. You really need to be paying attention to
Definitely pay attention, because a lot of times, a lot of the symptoms, they kind of look like something else. But very often, when you see weight loss in any event, you want to take the animal to the vet, and especially if you see them maybe not eating. But in this case, they tend to eat a little bit more.
How widespread is this? How common?
It's very common.
Oh, it is?
It's actually, definitely the most common disease in cats.
All right, so just watch out for those signs, and then it's easily treated.
Just easily treated.
Don't let it be like a domino effect and have that cause other problems.
Exactly.
All right. Doctor, it's always a pleasure.
You too.
Enlightening.
Good to see you.
Always.